just be very, very honest, is Peter Obi. That is the nightmare of any APC member. So some people talk about Atiku. Atiku is a desperate politician. I have a lot of respect for him. But there's a time in a man's life that you just have to know that, okay, I have been trying this thing. It's time for me to give up. Because 2027 is a delicate thing for Nigeria. We need someone that can motivate people to come out. And sincerely speaking, of every candidate I could actually look at right now, there is nobody. Personally, for me, I've never gotten involved in politics before, like to go out to vote or to do anything until Peter Obi entered the scene. That was the first time I ever in my life donated money, campaign, did every sort of things. And majority of the people that even did those things are outside the country. So you need a leader that will actually motivate people to come back. And I can tell you tomorrow, if someone like Peter Obi, whether he's in the coalition or he decides to run alone, is in the ring for presidency. In fact, because we've all learned our lesson, it's going to be a do or die affair. I've already said to myself, I said to the people that I mobilized before, I said 2027, we are not going there empty-handed, we are going with 2 by 2. It's going to be either I die or you die.
No, nobody. No, 1 minute.
No,
1 minute, please.
1 minute. No. Mindset, I understand where you are coming from. See, for someone, I know as a doctor, a professional, I'm not supposed to talk like this, but to be honest with you, I've traveled the world. I've lived in Middle East. I've lived in Europe. I've lived in America. You see every place, how organized. And when you now looked at your country, you look at what these guys are doing, throwing monies around on, like, monies that would have been used.
Doctor, if I may, you're a doctor, so I will respect, your profession and everything. Please, I'm trying to address things when it comes to. Can you please kindly, sir, mute your mic for a minute? Now, there's a need for us to follow the conversation, and I know sometimes it's very difficult to move from the topic and move to another topic. This thing we might call it rumor that Goodluck Jonathan is coming, and a lot of people might not believe it. But there is things happening. There are thoughts happening there. Whether it will manifest for him to be the president, I do not know. All right. So and everybody have the right to campaign for their candidate. But I would like a situation whereby we have a topic. Yeah, you can briefly talk about your candidate, but let's stick to the thing. Tell us the reason you think Goodluck Jonathan should not come back. Tell us the reason you think what he did in 2015 was right or wrong. Tell us the reason why you really. I would like us to go, follow that road if it's possible. Please, let's not digress and then we go back name callings and everything. I am not saying you shouldn't say your candidate, but let's 90% of what the conversation is centered on being what we're discussing. I hope that's okay with you, sir. Please.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Okay. I'll stick to the talking point. Okay. So my reasons for saying that Goodluck coming into the one, where is Goodluck based right now? If we are to talk about permutations, if Goodluck coming to the scene, where is he going to get votes from? Is it from the south? Yeah, politically it might be right because constitutionally, based on the constitution of Nigeria, is only bound to do 110, which I can agree with you. The same note that people are saying that, they'll rightly accept Goodluck. These same people, if you talk to few of their allies there, they were sorely disappointed for the fact that Goodluck decided to run again in 2015 election. Because they felt like the gentleman agreement, in as much as nobody has seen any written document or signed document anywhere, but at least based on the pre-election permutations, and everybody knew, there were rumors and some saying going around that there was a gentleman agreement that, we'll allow you to, do 4 years. After that, we'll take over. And I think it's based on that same gentleman agreement that led to the coalition that happened in that 2014, where Atiku and all these other big wigs moved to APC and decided to, run all the propaganda to throw him out. So if we are being realistic now, because the political terrain has really changed, where will you think Goodluck Jonathan is going to get votes from? I don't see personally any young person going all out there to. Yes, if we have Goodluck on the ballot and Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the ballot, most preferably Nigerians will want to vote for Goodluck. But the point now is not voting. Voting is not the main problem in Nigerian election now. It's how we can defeat INEC and every other instrument that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using. That's why I said that anybody that has to win 2027 has to be someone that has the love of Nigerians, because the person you love is who you are going to vote and you defend for. So Goodluck, yes, I might look. I said, why would I want to go and throw my vote to Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Let me rather give it to Goodluck. I'll vote and go home. But the situation right now is that every Nigerian wants everything to be done and settled at that polling unit before you even get to the collation center. In fact, we want all the election, every result, everything has to be settled there, because every Nigerian has learned a lesson from 2023. But if, let me say, for instance, Peter Obi entered the coalition, they decide to do a direct primaries, and eventually, Goodluck, let's say the rumor is true, Goodluck Jonathan emerges as the presidential candidate. I know Obi is a very honorable person. If he chooses to go that route, he will decide to step away, and not run. So at that point, we have just the option of Bola and Goodluck. Yes, Nigerians will vote for Goodluck, but who is going to defend the vote? Because at the end of the day, they will do the same thing. INEC announces Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it ends. The next thing, because Goodluck is not even the kind of person that wants to push people to go on the street and fight, like in terms of blood. Because if he was that kind of leader, he would have done that in 2015 when he lost. He would have wanted to use the instrument of power to retain power. But he said it that his ambition is not worth the life of any Nigerian. So this is a noble man, and I think he understands the political terrain has changed. And I don't think he was going to run, but if eventually he runs, and for the fact that he enters the coalition and wins the ticket, if that happens, yes, as a Nigerian, I'll vote for him, but I will not stay there. I'll just, if I even try to cast my vote, that's if I'm even voting. But I don't think he's going to run. That's just my personal opinion, but I believe, like you said, every rumor, there's always an atom of truth in it. But what I can tell is that these are politicians just trying to do normal permutations to see the feel of the people and all that. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Etu, for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Ako, then I'll go to Arewa, then I'll go to Agri. Ako, you have the mic, sir. Am I still audible?
Hello, yes, Mindset, I heard it. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir.
Thank you very much. And as always, very wonderful conversation this evening, Mindset. You see, I've been listening, and I just want to come at this conversation from a different perspective. I find it very disappointing that a Goodluck Jonathan, a one-term former president of the Republic of Nigeria.
Sorry. I do apologize, please. I'm really sorry for doing this. And the callers, please. I hope you guys are not the ones that remove the two doctors we have, Dr. Etuk and Dr. Usman. I hope, please. Did you guys remove them?
I didn't remove anybody.
You didn't remove them, please. Okay. What about yourself, Dr. Drillis?
It's not from my end, Mr.
Okay. Because one of the things I want us to be very mindful, please. I could please hear me. I don't want a situation where somebody will make a submission, and then it would appear that we remove them because we're not comfortable with what they've done, right? So if they left the platform by themselves, that's okay. I do thank you guys for the great job you guys are doing. I could please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was saying that I find it very disappointing that Goodluck Jonathan, who has served this country as a former, president, completing the Yar'Adua tenure and then going on to serve Nigeria as a president for one term. And at this stage in his, political career and things like this, he's not able to come out boldly to say, this is what I want to do. In the past, from 2023, the last 2023 election, the periods leading, to that time, Jonathan, I don't think has made any, posts or any comments as to say, oh, the country is not, the current leadership we have in the country is not doing well. So I don't think there is any reason whatsoever for anybody to go and resurrect him from wherever he is hibernating to say, oh, come and take the ticket and contest for president to come and do what? So obviously, he's not interested in the affairs of the country anymore. So I think that, the rumors of, people going to, have a conversation with him to see if he's going to accept, I think is very insulting to Nigerians because, at this stage, at this level politically, what does it take Jonathan to come out and say, hey, this is what I want to do? Or to say, the current leadership of the country is not doing well, or the current leadership of the country is doing well? What does it take for Jonathan to say, I want to do this, this is what I want to do? From the body language, he has, since he left office, there's not been any, form of political engagement. In fact, he's lost all political relevance he's had. So, on what basis, then is the decision to bring him on informed? What's the basis? Just solely the fact that he's constitutionally bad to contest after 4 years. That is not enough. I think we should come to a point in our political life as a country where we just look beyond election cycles. We are also talking about human lives. We are talking about people. We are talking about individuals and the economy of the nation. So if Jonathan coming to take the position is solely because he can't go on after 4 years, then what's the need? Tinubu might as well continue because I promise he won't do any better than what Tinubu is already doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aku, for your submission. Please, if you disagree with what Mr. Aku have said on any other speakers, please, if you're not able to come on the speaker section, put your comment on the comment section. We'll read it out as well as I pass the mic to Ariwa. Ariwa, good evening, and thank you for joining us. The rumor of Goodluck Jonathan coming back, do you think it's a good thing for him to come back, or do you think he has done his best? It's time for him to move on. I want to believe I'm still audible, right?
Yes, you are.
All right. So, Ariwa, if you're on the platform, we've actually passed the mic to you. Since it's not responding, then let's quickly go to Engineer Sir J. MNFA. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, myself. Thank you, Coach, for having me on this space. It's great to be here on the topic concerning Goodluck Jonathan. All right, my take on the issue is that one, I know for some of the politicians who may be coming from the part of the north, maybe it could be a good candidate for them based on the issue of being sure that one will only do one thing. If you look at Pio's tweets some days back, there's this conversation of can we actually trust politicians? So also some of the politicians who have ambition to become president may actually be the ones bringing up this idea to weigh the temperature to see if it will fly or not. But then again, if you look at Goodluck, since he left office, he has not actually shown like someone who want to contest, even though he may be interested in his heart of mind, but he has not shown it. He has not made any statement whatsoever in that regard. Even criticizing the government policies, he has not done. I think the only time I've heard him was when he made a statement concerning the one-party state, which the APC was trying to turn this country into. But moving away from that, beside that, there was a law that was signed in 2018 by President Buhari. Well, I'm not a legal person, but I know that will be tested in the court of law, and so that will also form part of the stumbling block behind his candidacy. Besides the fact that he may not actually get the support which he has before, that support will no longer be there. The people who betrayed him, they will still betray him again. And in the South, he may not, because at the moment his candidacy is not resonating amongst the people from the South. So, and you can be sure that the people who also betray him from the North will also not betray him this time. Someone made a statement, which is true. Almost every election cycle, especially 2022, there was this call for Jonathan to come and run. People who mooted that idea was people who wants to take power. Okay, Northerner has done 8 years. Let's give back this thing to the South. But can we have someone who can just do it 4 years and return it back to us? They started pushing that agenda of Jonathan to come around 2022 because they believe constitutionally he can only do one thing. But it didn't fly. I'm sure Jonathan looked at it critically that it is better for him to remain where he is with the respect he has garnered to come and fool himself, because he will be defeated and the respect that he has globally will erode. So for me, I don't think Jonathan will even want to contest. People will make that call. In fact, 2022, people did protests with placard, went to his office in Abuja, call him out, and yet he did not run. I'm sure maybe he has consulted, even legally, like I said, the law that Buhari signed, it will be tested whenever he declares interest to run. So for me, he should just remain a statesman, which he is. Coming to contest, he will rubbish himself. The people who are pushing him does not mean well for him. They only just want to get back power after 4 years. I think that is what this is all about. But the youth, which are in support of P2B, P2B is a man, I looked at him, maybe he may have so much respect for Jonathan, he may decide, that is up to him. But then again, will Jonathan be able to gather the votes? And, personally, for me, in 2015, I voted against him. I voted Buhari, because then we saw Jonathan government as being corrupt, and thinking that Buhari being someone who was packaged as a very, no-nonsense man, will be able to contain corruption. So, will a lot of those things change? Has it changed from what will his government be able to achieve this time around? Things has changed. A lot of dynamics has changed. So it is no longer the way it was in 2014, 2015. So for me, those that are pushing him does not mean well for him. And having lost that election, he gets his respect by accepting the result of that election. And since then, people respect him for that. Coming back now to come and lose the respect that he has gathered for an election that he may not win, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, mindset. Thank you. That is my submission.
Thank you very much, Engineer. I have to do that, so just for you to know that because of time. Please, there are others requesting for the mic, so I know we have a lot to say, but let's be very mindful of time. If we can wrap it up, just make it very brief and to give others the opportunity to be part of the conversation. Let's try once again. Mr. Arewa, I called you to speak, and you just say that you can hear other speakers, but you're not able to hear me. So if the co-host can help to tell Arewa that he's the next person to speak, I'm not sure why he's not able to hear me. Are you guys able to hear any other person on the speaker section who's not able to hear me? Do we have any other person?
But we can hear you, myself. I can hear
It's okay. He said he's not able to hear him. So can you kindly, sir, tell him that he's the next speaker if you're able to do so, sir?
Arewa, it is your turn to speak. Can you hear me?
Okay, Drelis, do you want to try? Any other person who wants to try to let him know that he's the next person to speak? Because he's saying that he cannot hear me. And please, those on the speaker section, if you don't mind, if it's okay to do so, if you can kindly unmute yourself and let everyone know that he's the next speaker. If we try it, if it's not working, then we'll leave it.
Yeah, hello. It is your turn.
Hello, can you hear me,
Yes.
please? I can't
Yes,
speak.
I can hear you. Well, it's myself that I can't hear you. Am I audible? Yes, you are. Please go ahead. Okay, thank you very much, and good evening to everyone on the platform. I've listened to so many excellent contributions from the speakers, and they really hit the nail on the head regarding the topic. So far, so good. But my main issue with this conversation is that I believe at this moment, so many people are just throwing things around, hoping that something will stick. And from my own perspective, I believe it's even the work of the Tinubu administration, because the coalition is getting momentum, and the key players, the more you have people who are vying for the office of the president, the more divided the entire cycle is, because it has now been reduced to, I think, practically two people as far as the EDC is concerned so far. That is Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. And I don't even think if Goodluck Jonathan is really interested in running for president, he should be coming to the ADC. I mean, he's more of a PDP person. He doesn't have any, I mean, if you look at the ADC closely, look at their political history with him, he doesn't have friends there. So if he's going to actually contest for president, I think he should be it will even make more sense to me if he's contesting in the PDP rather than the ADC. And the question of whether he will actually do the needful, I think we've come a long way from his administration. I think the only thing that made us appreciate Goodluck Jonathan now is because we had people who are worse than him. But it was not like he wasn't bad. We've had better. And nobody is saying anything. If you look at the administration of like Yar'Adua and all, when Yar'Adua was in power, nobody was criticizing him that much. But I could remember vividly, and anybody who is old enough to remember the administration of Goodluck Jonathan, it was a very serious moment of torture for everybody as of that time. And unfortunately, it got worse with the next person that was coming in. So I don't think there is anything that Goodluck Jonathan left in the office of president that he hadn't done in 6 years that he was opportune to rule this country. I think if he's forgetting something in the office, he should send somebody to go and pick it up for him. But I've never seen his candidacy as a serious candidacy, to be honest with you. He lacks the dexterity, the ruggedness that the current 2027 election is requiring, because you are not going against anybody. He was an incumbent president with every might beside him, and Buhari is not as determined and ready to take the bull by the horn like Tinubu, and he was ousted. And then we are going into the election of our life, and you want us to pick on somebody that will just sit down and decide that, okay, the election is free and fair, let me call this person and do a gentleman. I think this is the work of detractors. I believe the APC is doing this at the moment, because the larger the scale, the more confusion comes into play. And that's exactly what they are doing now, divide and conquer. There will be a Goodluck Jonathan issue, there will be Peter Obi issue, there's already an Atiku Peter Obi issue, we'll have a Jonathan, and other things. So I think we should remain focused. Goodluck Jonathan have did his part. We appreciated him for ruling this country for 6 years. And yes, maybe we may have misjudged him to some extent, but he was no saint. But we've moved on from that aspect. He's a respected individual in Nigeria, and I think he should remain like that. Thank you very much, Mr. Daibu.
Thank you very much, Ariwa. Unfortunately, you're not able to hear me, but thank you to those who helped to bring you up and make you a speaker. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Agree. Sorry, I think it was Dapel before Agree, right? Okay, let's pass the mic to Dapel, then we'll come to Agree. Dapel, you have the mic. Goodluck Jonathan coming back 2027. Do you think it's a good idea?
So, good evening, and thank you for this opportunity. Now, it will depend on his motive. Let's assume the rumor is true. If his motive is to win the election and become a president again, then there is no path forward for him. And in my view, he shouldn't run. He's the most vindicated president in Nigeria's history, and the only election in our record that never ended in any court of law. That's enough goodwill for him. And he shouldn't run. He's not going to win. Why do I say he's not going to win? If you check the 2011 election results and 2023 election results, almost all the states won by Jonathan were the states won by Peter Obi. And I don't think with the current momentum, voters would want to dump Peter Obi to vote for him, so he's unlikely to win. But if his motive is not to win election, but to change the equation for someone to win, then he should run. If he decides to run, however few his votes are, will definitely help the other candidate that is trying to use him. I've listened to an interview by Professor Jerry Gara, and I put one or two things together from what he said and from the expressions around the political terrain. I'm not going to quote any word, but that's what I think is just my opinion, so don't hold me to it. I have a feeling that the ruling party want to use him to reduce the amount of votes going to Peter Obi or Atiku from the south. Why do I say so? Professor Jerry Garner said in his interview a few days ago, he said, Wike is going to switch, that day PDP, they are coming back, and Wike, before 2027, his pattern is going to change. And the journalist was pressing him, said, but he has endorsed a presidential candidate in APC, so no, his pattern is going to change, you will see, which means PDP is going to have a candidate and he's going to support that candidate. So if he supports a PDP candidate like Jonathan and Peter Obi is on the ballot, Peter Obi has made it clear he's not going to be anybody's running mate and he's going to run for president. So if he succeeds in getting Jonathan on a ticket, Wike can decide to say, okay, I'm working for Jonathan in PDP. I want to defeat APC. But we know that tactics will defeat any other party for APC. Now, I don't know if it's out there, but his wife seems to have said she's declared support for Tinubu. So I put one of these things together and I say, okay, if that's the game, then one last thing I forget, Johnson was never in power for 6 years. He was in power for 5 years, from May 2010 to May 2015. Just to let that the last speaker said it. And I don't think too we should discourage peaceful actions like Jonathan calling Buhari to concede defeat for him and said, you go. It doesn't show that he was a weak man, but he decided to follow the path of peace, and I think we should encourage that. Thank you. Because look at 2011, people were killed in cold blood, and no apology for that. Coppers were killed. So if he decides not to do that again, you say his life is not worth the blood of this. I think that should be encouraged. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dapper, for your wonderful submission as always. Let me quickly, before I pass the mic to Agri, do bear with me for a minute, please. I know you're the next speaker, but let me quickly read out what others are saying on the comment section. Mr. Samuel says, I don't know why people keep celebrating, I think he's celebrating him, celebrate Goodluck Jonathan. He's not a leader, and he's the reason APC is in power. He's not a firm leader. Any leader that is trying to please anybody in the process of leading is bound to fail. That is Goodluck Jonathan for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel, for your wonderful submission. And Mr. Nicholas says, Goodluck does not have what it takes to solve Nigeria's issues. One, due to his personality, ineffectiveness, and non-proactive approach to issues, he would have functioned better in an ordinary working society. Nigeria needs one who would destroy the current structure and attempt to do something new without fear or favor. Nigeria needs Peter Obi. That's Mr. Nicholas. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful submission, contribution, sir. And then Mr. Sadiq said, I'm requesting the mic. Please, can we bring Mr. Sadiq Abubakar? He said he's requesting the mic. and Mr. Mongo Park. What an interesting name. So myself, good evening, sir. I think Goodluck, if he contests and wins, for instance, his achievement, will he measure against his own record, which, in my own opinion, is very difficult to match because of the damages APC have caused. A new candidate will be measured by their own record. Thank you, Mr. Mongo Park and Mr. Nicholas and every other person who has contributed. Please, guys, come on the comment section. Sorry, come on the speaker section, and we'll give you the opportunity to be part of the conversation. And on that note, I'll pass the mic to Agree. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, myself. Good evening, resident Nigerians, and good evening, everybody. First off, I need us to understand that this so-called rumor, as we would want to think it to be, isn't a rumor. It's actually something promoted by the same people who brought Goodluck Jonathan down. People who felt so sad that the man attempted to contest for a second term as president. Out of their own selfishness, they felt that he was going to prevent them from taking a shot at the office of the president themselves. So that was why he took that decision they took to bring him down. The guy didn't lose the elections like we would want to think that the APC actually defeated him. He lost because his own party men who didn't feel so comfortable with him becoming the president for a second term removed him. And then secondly, Goodluck Jonathan succeeded partly because Obasanjo had already laid a blueprint, if you will, for them, himself and Yaradua to operate on. So they actually kept to the instructions that were down for them. They were people who learned properly and decided to move the country in the direction that Obasanjo wanted it to go. So that was why his performance looked like he actually did something. And I wouldn't say if he comes back he will succeed. He won't, because the kind of country we have now and the kind of damage the APC has inflicted on this country, it will only take a firm leader, one who has that ability to take decisions, not minding whose us is God. Because if you look at what is happening, we need a leader that can take decisions and stick by those decisions and be firm to be able to take us to wherever we intend to go. And then finally, I would say the kind of welcoming that Peter Obi is enjoying now, I don't see Jonathan as someone who can actually get those kind of favors. Because first off, the fact that he ruled on a ticket with Yaradua, a ticket put forward by Obasanjo to become president, doesn't tell well of someone who is actually his own man, someone who can actually govern a nation like someone who has something that it takes to govern a nation. So if he comes back, he will be messing up the little legacies that he ever got or that he ever left behind. So I wouldn't advise him to come back. And even if he's on a ticket with some other person, I won't vote him. In fact, I won't even go out. I'll just be in my house and watch how everything plays out. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I agree for your wonderful submission. Deep Sky, you've spoken earlier on. I'm not sure you raised your hand. What is it regarding, sir?
Yeah, just a minute. Myself, I think this is my own observation is that we tend to underrate people who show democracy, who show democratic tendency. So I feel a lot of people talk down GJ is a weak man. This is that. People have underrated all of the things he did in the constitution. How Obasanjo said the case for him. That is not true. This is the guy who signed the Freedom of Information Act into 2011. And he had to also follow that because some people say he's a weak man. You signed Information Act and you made it a law in Nigeria so that people can at least have free speech. But today people use that against him. I don't think it is fair, to be honest. Everybody wake up and talk down on him. We don't know his plan. He has the right to contest. And if it's 4 years, whatever thing he has in mind, he can do that. Under his administration, the people he picked up to head important ministries under him are going to become international stars. So I don't understand why people are saying he doesn't know about what it takes to fix Nigeria. He laid the foundation. 2, and let me say this again. In 2015, when he lost the election, he got close to 13 million votes. Atiku till date has not been able, got in 2019, got around 11 million votes. In 2023, none of the opposing candidates got up to half of that amount. Or let me say they got like half of that amount. So the thing is, if he trusts his capacity and he believes that he wants to, let him come in. The race is open. And like I said before, mindset. I think that we have a problem today because we are seeing everybody's looking at the coalition. We have 2 big elephants in that coalition that may not work together in 2027. If Atiku stands his ground and say he wants to contest, PW will probably stay one side or choose not to be vice president. So to reconcile that, I believe some people in the camp are trying to bring in GJ. This is probably what I'm thinking. And for people who say he has no people in the coalition, that is not true. The current chairman of the party sat under GJ as the Senate president. A lot of the people who sat under GJ, who stood beside him in 2015, are part of the coalition. For the fact that GEJ tries to behave like a gentleman does not mean that he's a weak man. Does not mean that he does not know how to play the political game. The propaganda that worked against him in 2015 is no longer visible today. He's not going to hold water. And what I understand that some people don't want to swallow their pride and say, oh, we were deceived in 2015. They just want to sit back and pretend like, oh, everything is fine and good, beautiful. But like I said before, if GEJ is contesting today and there is no P2B, no problem. Those that want to vote will vote. Those that doesn't want to vote will stay back home. But he will still get a reasonable amount of vote. Because even in the people we are talking about, we are promoting today, whether P2B or Atiku, none of them has been able to get the amount of vote that GEJ got in this country. So that's the point I want to make. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, this guy, for your submission. I mean, yes, you're right. I mean, we shouldn't. It's not a good thing to make him look like he's a weak person because he accepted defeat, right? If he didn't accept defeat, then there are things, go south and everything. Then we'll be the ones that will say he wasn't a good person. He should have accepted defeat. But I just want us to look at it from that angle. Sometimes, you come to a point in life, you say, one thing, enough of this, I'm not able to do it, and I'm just going to go away. But it's left for Nigerians to decide. Or it's left for Goodluck Jonathan to decide if he wants to come back, and the calculation there, if he favors him, and the people who are by his side said, listen, guys, we got to put you up there. It's left for them to decide. But thank you very much once again, sir, for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Gentle Obedient. Good evening. You have the mic, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mindset. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mindset, and thank you for good evening, Nigerians. To be honest, everybody's opinion here is really wonderful, and I totally agree. Goodluck is not a weak man. Goodluck is a noble man. It takes somebody with principle to actually concede a defeat, even being an incumbent president. Personally, I voted for him 2011. I voted for him in 2015. I've been voting PDP, But back to the conversation, I just want to start it from the last speaker. Yes, Goodluck may have gotten 13 million votes as an incumbent in 2015, but a lot of things have changed in our political terrain today, and I strongly doubt, in my own opinion, though, that he will get that kind of vote. That is just the truth. And Goodluck, like I've praised him, I also want to believe that this is just a rumor, even though there may be atom of truth. But it doesn't paint him well to even consider that. And these are my reasons. You know, he has enjoyed so many global recognition, and to come back to model himself in the politics of Nigeria today that has been messed up by APC will be counterproductive to his person, his image, and his antecedents. Yeah, some people don't agree with him. Some people, disagree the way he handled government when he had opportunity. But it's even worse now, and we need somebody more pragmatic, somebody that has more political will. From my name, you already know I'm an obedient, and I stand strongly with Peter B. And in the kind of political space we have now, a Goodluck Jonathan cannot motivate the young ones to go out there in the street and vote and protect their votes. In 2023, we depended. I'm just going to digress just a little bit. We depended on INEC and IRF, and now we have learned our lesson. So a lot of strategy that is coming into 2027 is so much different from all political angles. And I don't think from obedient angle or anybody supporting Peter Obi, if you transfer that to a Goodluck Jonathan, can be able to say, you know what, I'm just going to go there and vote and protect my vote. They can vote. If you put only Goodluck and Tinubu, definitely I'm going to vote for a Goodluck. But as it stands now, I want to believe that this can be a strategy from the coalition to keep confusing the APC. This is my own belief. However, if I should toe the line of Arewa when he mentioned, or somebody, sorry, Arewa, if I'm attributing wrongly to you, but if I could toe the position of one of the speakers that says that this could be from APC to destabilize the two strong candidates in the sense of Atiku and Peter Obi, and bring disunity, that can also be an option. But to be honest, I want to toe with the line of coalition, which I believe will be the best shot to remove Tinubu. That they are using this strategy to disorganize or confuse the opposition. But a Goodluck Jonathan will not fly. Finally, just to conclude, the main thing is not just to take power, and I believe that coalition is not just there to make noise. They want to win. The main thing is to start changing a lot of things that APC have done to our country. So a Goodluck Jonathan coming doesn't seem to, it just seemed to me like just to take power. It doesn't seem to me like that they want to start doing something right. So, and I believe that a lot of Nigeria will be on this table. Like if Goodluck Jonathan is the only option, take for example, coalition is bringing a Goodluck Jonathan. People would think that okay, you just want to get power and then hand it over to the North after 4 years, and that's it. So, thank you so much, Mindset.
Thank you very much, Gentle Obedient, for your wonderful submission. Before I pass the mic to Comrade, and let me quickly read out what others are saying on the comment section. Let me start with Angie of the Good Life. I believe this is the Angie that I know. I believe that's the Angie that we started hosting spaces with. But let's say Angie of the Good Life. So let me read out your comment. He said, "Why I wouldn't vote for him? I still think it's unfair to label Goodluck Jonathan or anyone who upholds democratic values as weak." By the way, talks about Goodluck Jonathan contesting in 2020, just spoilers. Thank you very much. And he said Nigerians have been so abused that they now mistake decency for weakness. SMH shaking my head. And Mr. Samuel say, we have seen Goodluck Jonathan administration at dual riddle with corruption and incompetence. Why should any serious Nigeria be thinking of bringing Goodluck Jonathan at this point? Nigeria needs a drastic change. We might as well allow APC More so, Goodluck Jonathan incompetent leadership brought in APC. Thank you very much, guys, for your wonderful submission as we continue the conversation. I can see we have about 17 requests, and to my great co-host who's doing a great job, sir, is there any way we can bring these individuals up who have not contributed?
I'm only seeing few people, but if I approve their request, they'll end up dropping back.
Okay, thank you. Please do try again, because there's quite a number of them who would like to be part of the conversation. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Comrade. Comrade, you have the mic, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know, myself, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. I hope others can hear you as well.
Okay. Now, first and foremost, I want to make a small premise before I go on Goodluck Jonathan. You see, I don't subscribe to this North versus South political mindset that has been happening. It's decisive, it's outdated, and dangerous for a country that desperately needs unity and competence. But you see, the politics is already heated, and now instead of focusing on vision, credibility, or capacity, people are arguing about regions where the power should shift to. If we truly believe in rotational leadership, then let's enshrine it in the Constitution. Simple and short. But until then, let merit be the yardstick we judge a person with. Let's be honest, we have Yorubas who voted for Peter Obi. In fact, even our Fairy supported him. And we have likewise many Northerners who voted for Tinubu against Konkoso Atiku. So, I don't think Jonathan should come back because what? He has already done his, at least, let's say, 6 years, and he has tried his best for this country. I believe we have fresh hands. I believe he has his honor and integrity to protect. Coming back to the ring now, it might damage his reputation for life that he ever had. It's not as if Jonathan didn't have his own problems, but at that point, people felt Buhari was the Messiah, and they didn't know that, little did they know that Jonathan was even better. So I feel for somebody like Jonathan, he should not drop himself in the bun, and he should just take an elder statesman seat and just watch as it unfolds. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade. Sorry, I purposely didn't want to unmute myself because I was actually boiling something and I don't want the noise to distract each and every one of you. So I do apologize for not unmuting my mic earlier on to speak. So thank you for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic, I can see your Dapel and Ariwa. Please do hold your thoughts for a minute. Let me pass the mic to Mr. Sadiq, then I'll come back to you guys if that's okay. Thank you. Mr. Sadiq, you have the mic, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mindset. Thank you for giving me the mic. Regarding Goodluck Jonathan coming back to contest election, I think there is nothing wrong with that. It's a constitutional democracy. Everybody has the right to vote and be voted for. I don't think it's something we should see negatively. He has the right to do it, and it will even make our elections and democracy very interesting, because if Jonathan is going to be on the ballot, I think the 2027 election is going to be one of the most interesting elections we are going to see in our lifetime. In Nigeria, because it means we are going to see 4 candidates probably from all the 4 geopolitical zones. It means we are going to see a Tinubu from the southwest, and Atiku probably from the north, Peter Obi from the southeast, Jonathan from the south. So from there we can see how our democracy is going to be at play. It's very interesting, but I don't see anything wrong with him contesting. More people are going to come out, I believe, to contest, maybe even under other parties. Maybe Konkoso might come out again to contest under his party. That's what makes democracy interesting, actually. I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody exercising his constitutional right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sadiq, for your wonderful submission. Please, I'm not sure if it's from my end, but there's this noise in the background when you were speaking. I'm not sure what that is, but hopefully next time you're on the platform, I'm trying to make sure, if it's from my end, I want to apologize before saying it, but if it's from your end, next time you're on the platform, please make sure you're in a more conducive place so we can hear you clearly, because the noise was kind of like interfering. But thank you for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Mr. Sorry, I'll come back to you, please. I wanted to carry along those who have not contributed. Discipline, you have the mic. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, guys. I have been following discussion as regards if it's a good thing for Goodluck to contest for the presidency once again. So, in my opinion, it's going to be a very bad idea for we to have Goodluck back. I think it will just hand Tinubu a second term. Just like most of you have been saying, where is it going to start from? Its base, is it most of the young people in the south have pitched their tent with Obi, so it's going to be hard for him to even start anything at all. That's number one. Number two, personally, I feel since Jonathan lost election in 2015, he has been out of touch with the Nigerian masses. He has shown no, because the last 10 years or thereabouts, or 8 years of the APC government has been very, very, I don't know which word I will use now, but Goodluck Jonathan has not really shown concern to query the government or even speak up to what's been happening in Nigeria. So all of a sudden, if he decides to just come back, people will not take him, he will not resonate that much with the masses any longer. That's number two. Number three, I do feel that at this moment we need a person that is somewhat exceptional. This is the worst because to fix the mess that we are in now, we do not need average leaders. We need exceptional leaders in some way. And in my opinion, Goodluck Jonathan is more or less average. He's not bad like a Buhari or a Tinubu, but he's average. I do think if he does take over Nigeria, we will not see much improvement. Most likely to remain the same way, or there might be little, but the status quo will remain the same. It's just basically the same thing. The difference will be that, okay, we might see little improvements here and there. But generally, I think it's a very bad idea if he decides to contest again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. I'm sure we have about 16 individuals requesting for the mic. Please, guys, if you decide to do so, if you can put it in the comment section that you're requesting the mic, then the co-host would say it, and myself, I will say it as well, and we can join our best to make sure that we bring you up to be part of the conversation. Please, those requesting for the mic, put it on the comment section. We will do our best to bring you up. As I pass the mic to Mr. Samuel. Samuel, you have the mic, sir. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Myself, for having me. Very wonderful conversation. So let me be quick about it. I do not understand or see any reason why Goodluck Jonathan should be coming back to become the president. Nigerians have been so oppressed that at each point in time we are trying to settle for the lesser evil. This is somebody that we have seen his administration, and I don't understand why we are forgetting so quickly what his administration was like. In fact, if Goodluck Jonathan did what he was supposed to do, we wouldn't have been where we are today. We wouldn't have had this terrible APC government. The price of things was skyrocketing. The price of petroleum was skyrocketing. Rice and everything was skyrocketing. There was massive insecurity during Goodluck Jonathan's administration. People were protesting, and all he could do was come out and cry and shed tears and then go back, and nothing was happening. And because of his terrible administration, that was why Nigerians came out in mass and voted him out. There were protests here and there, which Tinubu led, some of the protests. So why exactly are we talking about Goodluck Jonathan? That he came out and gave in and said his ambition is not what a life of any Nigerian does not make him, his administration was filled with corruption. The politicians were stealing our money. Nobody was tried. Nobody was jailed for it, And that is the same thing the APC is doing right now. Maybe even more than what was obtainable during his administration. But we have seen somebody like P2B, who I believe there is no politician right currently that is vying for presidency that is sellable as P2B. If P2B goes, if there is a chance that somebody can run for, like after 8 years, run for another governorship election, if he goes back to Anambra State, there's no politician in Anambra State that will come close. He was going to sweep everywhere because of his antecedents, what he was able to achieve in Anambra State. So let us start demanding more for ourselves as Nigerians. The topic of the conversation, I believe, this is my opinion, should be how we can put in somebody like P2B who we know that is coming.
No. 1 minute, please. Hold your thought for a minute. You see, this is the thing about me and how I host my spaces. And I'm very sorry to interject, and I've continued to correct people. When you come on my spaces and the conversation is not something that you think you're interested in, there's absolutely no reason for you to be part of it. But this idea that I have a conversation, that a particular topic that I'm discussing, and I have others who are not speakers listening, getting ideas of what Nigerians are saying. And this mindset that people come at my spaces to tell me what I should be discussing, I don't like that. So if you want to discuss how you can put somebody like Peter Obi on a platform and to be the candidate, you have every right to go and discuss such conversations. Such topic. Please, I beg you guys. I'm not jobless that I discuss topics like this. There is reason for it. So if the topic is not something you're happy with, respectfully, you shouldn't be part of the conversation. The idea of why should we discuss it, the topic should have been this. I'm not here to cater for yourself alone. There are individuals listening to this conversation who are not interested in what you want to discuss. It's very important we respect how people do their things here. And this might be the last time I will correct this again. Thank you very much for your contribution. As I pass the mic back to Daper. Daper, you have the mic, sir.
Myself, please, I apologize, but I think you misunderstood me, please.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Samuel. Go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, I think you misunderstood me because I've been listening and I'm part of the conversation, and I'm happy we're having this conversation because, it gives everybody the chance to air his opinion. But what I was trying to say, maybe I didn't word it well, is that, that this is the kind of conversation that I would want to also be part of. I don't know how to really put it well so that it will align to, how you get me right. So what I'm saying is the conversation is good. We have the right. We are not in the election period, right? So we have the right to have this conversation. And part of this conversation, I've listened to other people's opinion, But then talking about Goodluck Jonathan coming back, in my own opinion, does not, align with my opinion. That is what I mean. He's not coming back to do anything different from what he did when he was the president. And this was exactly what Nigerians did when Buhari came back and messed everything up. Everybody that knew Buhari's administration then, they were warning and said, when this man was head of state, it was terrible. This was how his administration was, and nobody listened, and people just wanted to vote out Goodluck. And now the same thing is about to happen. Some people are beginning to, they want to bring back a Goodluck because it was better than what we have.